All right, welcome back, everybody. Back for more FM projects, and boy, we have a really interesting and somewhat difficult affair for you today, as we're taking on Dalian Shide. Dalian Shide are fourth in the league, and this is one of the few teams I think in the league that we potentially could lose to. So we'll see what happens here. I'm kind of being a little bit risky here by starting Wu Ping in goal again. Wu Ping, as you'll recall, is our 15-year-old goalkeeper who has very, very low self-belief. But of course, it's a better story if we start him than if we just keep him in the under-19s forever and then bin him off, which was my original plan. Lee Jin-yong, who is back for his first home match in a long time, takes it upfield over to Song Wen-jae, over to Kim Kung-jin, who scores a goal here in the first 20 seconds. So how about that? I mean, how long has this video been going on for? Less than a minute. We've already scored. How about that? Lee Jin-yong with an excellent ball forward there to Song Wen-jae, and he finds Kim Kung-jin, and the goalkeeper is nowhere near the net. And that was very well done. And just like that, he scores in 15 seconds. How about that? Kim Kung-jin, of course, a young North Korean striker and one of the better young strikers in our team. And this is a team that's full of good young strikers. And if you think we have a lot now, just wait until the January transfer window opens. We're going to have more players in this team than we know what to do with, and it's going to become very, very interesting. Dalian Shide comes back here about 7 minutes in. And this is what I was worried about, because you can see that they're passing the ball all around us, back and forth and back and forth. There's not too much that we can do about it at the moment. Somebody get a tackle, and there's Kim Kung-jin trying, and unfortunately unable to win the ball in the end. And that's up and forward, and Breno is there more than equal to the task. We'll let them try to pop the ball over our heads because our center backs are tall enough to get to it before the fast forwards can get past them. And there's Guoi with the shot. Assist goes to Kim Kung-jin. Guoi with that shot from that left-hand side. Nobody marking him, nobody even close to it, and is able to hit back corner. And that was, again, Lee Jin-yong creating the play. And look at this beautiful pass from Kim Kung-jin. Passes it backwards. Goi is wide open, has acres of space, and just sticks that one up top corner. 2-0 Yanbian, just like that. We haven't even played 10 minutes yet. I told you this is going to be one of those really difficult matches, didn't I? And what are we doing so far? We're up 2-0, but here they come. Here comes Dalian Shide with a corner. And it's Song Wen-jae hits that back to the corner taker. And there is a shot, another shot from range, and I'm not sure who knocked that one out. They're saying that that went off of a Dalian player, and it ends up being a goal kick in the end. But this was a pretty impressive piece of defending, and who was it there in the middle? It was Lee Jin-yong once again. Star player, playing like a star player here in the cold and in the freezing atmosphere of a frozen stadium here in Yanji and Yanbian. 20,000 on hand in their coats and jackets, and Guoi scores his second goal there from a set piece. Beautiful looking goal, hits top corner. Very, very well done. Lee Jin-yong for the first time is not part of the highlight, and it doesn't really matter in the end. Boy, that one just barely went in too. No way that the goalkeeper could have gotten to that one. I don't think anyone could have made that save. 2 goals now for Guoi, and we are playing very, very well. It's it forward again, over to Quinn. Quinn back to Song Wen-jae, over to Jininho. Jininho to Lee Jin-yong, and Lee Jin-yong has one of those passes forward, and Hwang Bo-wen had a wide open net, and he just fanned on it. I mean, he had all the time in the world. He could have done so many things with this here from this angle, and instead he just decides to sort of tap it into the side of the netting. And Hwang Bo-wen is young. Like I said before, I think he's 22 now. He's still young. He still has a lot of room to grow. But this is very good play so far from Yanbian FC. This is what we want to see. He goes forward again, and Quinn misses the header, but it doesn't matter because none of the forwards are back on it. And Quinn kicks it forward to Song Wen-jae. Song Wen-jae now over to Lee Jin-yong. Let's see what Lee Jin-yong does this time. Over to Guoi again. Guoi looking for a hat trick. Now he's going to pass instead of Calvo. Calvo beats his man, has a shot on goal, and unfortunately is deflected. Ends up out for a goal kick. But that was worth the thought. Kim Kung-jin now. Kim Kung-jin over and back to Jonovic. Jonovic over to Calvo. Calvo to Lee Jin-yong. And Lee Jin-yong has a shot at it, and that is saved barely by the Dalian goaltender, who we're starting to run ragged. Calvo now over to Song Wen-jae. Song Wen-jae wins it back after losing it and has a shot on goal and almost scores. forces a save from the keeper once again, and we are piling on the pressure here 40 minutes into this match. Calvo now with the corner. Calvo kicks it up and forwards, and unfortunately is unable to find Guoi, who was sitting again, as I said, on that potential hat trick here in the first half. Breno now over to Lee Jin-yong. Lee Jin-yong over to Guoi. Guoi had Kim Kung-jin, but was unable to get around to him, and then is fouled in the penalty box for no good reason. And he's going to take the penalty, and he scores it, and there's his hat trick. First hat trick of the season for Guoi. Yanbian is up 4-0, and times are pretty good here in Yanji, and you can see the fans going absolutely nuts for this team, which has been playing very, very well, and which looks even better with Lee Jin-yong back there in that central defensive role. Breno now over to Calvo. Calvo forward to Jonovic. Jonovic almost wins it back in the penalty area, unable to do so in the end. And it is kicked back and forward now to He Yongshan. And Lee Jin-yong is there to take it away as his pass goes wayward. Over to Guoi. Guoi forward to Hwang Bo-wen, and Hwang Bo-wen gets his goal. 15th of the season for Hwang Bo-wen, who tells me, hey, stop starting Para. I need to get ahead in goals. But unfortunately, that one is called off for offside. And you can see right there, I mean, Hwang Bo-wen's offside by about 2 yards. Ridiculously offside. He should know better than that, really. We still have problems with some of these young strikers playing offside. But it's okay. The free kick there from Guoi ends up turning it to 0. Calvo now forward to Song Wen-jae, unable to get around onto it. And it looks like Dalian might have a little bit of a break here, but unfortunately for them, we are able to get back and to prevent it from happening. 4-0 is the lead for Yanbian in a match that I thought was going to be pretty close. Now we still have another half of play in front of us, and just taking a look quickly at fitness levels, Song Wen-jae looks a little bit tired. I think we're going to put Tang Xin-chung on. We'll make that change really quickly, and we'll just start up the second half and see where we can go. Dalian with the ball here at the beginning, and we're able to win it away almost right away, not quite. And that highlight ends with nothing to show for it. Lee Jin-yong now with the throw over to Hwang Bo-wen, back to Lee Jin-yong. Lee Jin-yong back to Jinin Ho, who lobs it forward, not much of a cross. Calvo now with it, and he takes a shot from range. Ill-advised, nothing doing, and it goes out for a goal kick for Dalian Shide. Gao Zhengxiang now takes a shot from range, and we knock that one back and over and up into about the 10th row. And Mr. Gao now takes it as a corner from that left side. And nothing doing there. It looked like they had a chance for a little bit of a rebound on that, but the highlight just ends. Hwang Bo-wen misses a shot from somewhat close range. It looks like it's deflected, and this free kick ends up going nowhere. It is deflected, unfortunately, for Hwang Bo-wen. Not having the best game of his career, I'll tell you that. And he's not really endearing himself to me if he puts up a real stinker like this one. And we're about 64 minutes on. We're going to take Hwang Bo-wen off since he's not playing well at all. And we will put, we're going to put Para on, I believe. And then the other change we're going to make is we're going to put on a Hwang Jianwei for Jinin Ho. Now, to tell you of some of the troubles that we have and difficulties we have with this team with the rules, we originally had too many foreigners on the team for us to submit the lineup. I had to take Park Myung-sung off of the team, unfortunately. And this is a problem I think we're going to have going into the future. It's not that there are no good Chinese players. It's just that from time to time, it can be difficult to put together a competitive team that isn't comprised mostly of foreigners, at least at this point in the stage or in the save. That might change as we go forward, however, and as we develop some of our own young players. And unfortunately, there, Hwang Jianwei has fouled Ju Peng in the penalty box. Not a good way to endear himself to me. And we'll see if Wu Ping can stop this one. And Wu Ping is, of course, unable to stop it. And we have conceded, I believe, the 5th goal of the season in the league. And now it's only 4-1 Yanbian. And this is a closer game than I thought. This is the closest game we've played in quite some time. Hwang Jianwei with a sort of ridiculous foul there, and there was absolutely no need for it. Lee Jin-yong with a throw now over to Calvo, back to Breno. Breno forward to Guoi, over to Kim Kung-jin, who has a shot on goal, and I thought that was going to go in. He just misses. He gets the angle wrong and hits it into the side netting. Hwang Jianwei now over to Lee Jin-yong, over down to Calvo, over looking for Para, unable to find him. Goes back over to Jonovic, back to Breno, and it slows down considerably over to Quinn. Looking for a potential opening. Hwang Jianwei now over to Lee Jin-yong. No opening there. Back to Quinn, over to Calvo. Calvo forward, and I'm not sure who he was looking for there, but he couldn't find anybody. And Dalian have the ball once again. Huang Jianwei not playing very well at all, and it may be time for some fining, both for him and for Huang Bowen, who are not playing the way that they should be playing. There is a shot on goal. I don't like fining players after we win, and I think we're going to end up winning here. But this time we may have good reason to do so. I'm also noticing that Tang Xincheng is also having a poor match. And this is part of the problem that we were talking about, which is that the native Chinese players you want to play often wind up playing very poorly for you, at least at this level. That might change, though, as we have some roster moves. And as I said, as we get better young players in and as the save progresses, Calvo over to Lee Jin-yong, Lee Jin-yong over to Tang Xincheng, over to Para, who's offside, and he misses anyway. Misses the sitter, and I mean, he was clearly offside. There's no question about it. And Para also has his own problems trying to stay onside and trying to play according to the rules. Final seconds here now, and at least we know that we're going to win. And it's not good to concede a goal, but it was from a penalty in the end. It was kind of a ridiculous penalty, though, and I'm pretty upset with Huang Jianwei for making that sort of challenge when we have a 4-0 lead. There's no reason for it. They haven't been able to get anything on any shots on goal today. What are you doing? Pardo over to Guoyi, and I think he's offside too. Now they're saying he's onside, and that winds up being a corner for us. I guess we can see a highlight of this. I suppose it was a clear-cut chance. It wasn't a very pretty-looking clear-cut chance. So it was just sort of Breno lumping the ball over, Para then sort of heading it forward, and Guoyi trying for goal number 4. He's never going to get anything from that, which is why I say I'm not quite sure about how clear-cut that chance really was. And Calvo with probably the final kick of the game. Guoyi, for some reason, decides to keep that in instead of going for another corner, and then has a shot as that one is set up, and the shot goes high and wide, and that is the end. Well, it's a victory for us, 4-1, though it's not really the sort of victory that I necessarily wanted to see. We had some pretty bad performances from some key players. I'm thinking especially of Huang Bowen and of Huang Jianwei, neither of whom played particularly well today. And that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in here to FM Projects, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.